It means the world to be here.
He's a man!
To my best friends and teammates, and here with me. Thank you for stopping by.
He's a man!
Hey guys, welcome back to the Goon Hub. Is this not the best thing to ever happen to the movement? Watching women try to escape responsibility for the monsters they created. Not a human being, of course, but a destructive narrative. Like the title of one of my previous videos, women create their own hell, and this is one of them. Now watch this video to the end to better grasp what's really taking place, because I don't think that trans women understand that real women are their biggest enemy. Also hit that like button and leave a comment below, I'd really appreciate it.
Now, as a male athlete, William Thomas was ranked 462. As a female athlete, Lia Thomas is ranked number 1, is a record holder, and beat all the other swimmers by 7 seconds. Usain Bolt didn't beat anybody by 7 seconds. Now, apparently some of the female athletes have spoken out against this anonymously, but the real danger is continuing to participate in these events and basically not take a stand against them. Anybody who has a daughter should be concerned about this, especially if you want them to have a love for sports and pursue it in the future. As far as I'm concerned, women's sports is done. Unless these athletes speak up, show their face, and take a stand against this, it's done.
It's all women's fault. It was women who allowed anyone that sided with them in their quest for control of what we can and cannot say that made these pretenders part of their group. Now that it's affected the outcome of achievement with real women, you want to revoke the privileges. No. Stand with your make-believe friends and take the L you supported.
The thing for me with this Lia Thomas situation is that, like, yes, it is extremely disappointing to see the amount of transphobia that's coming out right now from cis folks. Like, extremely disappointing. It is ridiculous. It's so violent. But a lot of it I did expect from, like, regular cis folks. But what's been, like, extremely, like, especially disappointing for me has been seeing all of these pro-Black leaders, pro-Black activists be transphobic as well. Like this one professor of African American studies that I had that I really respected, super pro-Black, super outspoken for the Black community, is posting a bunch of transphobic shit on his Facebook right now. And it's like, damn, like, do you not know how much Black trans women have done for the Black community and for the Black movement? Cis Black people, and especially cis Black men, have to do better.
Says the crossover that admits to be a hater.
I keep seeing that audio that's like, I'm trying so hard to be better, but to my core, I am a hater. And I think it's so funny because, like, same. But the thing is, I'm not trying hard. I'm not trying hard at all. I am not trying to stop being a hater. I will continue to be a hater. I enjoy being a hater. And I don't mind being called out for being a hater. So I don't know. What does that say about me? I'm good though. Like, I don't even want to engage in some self-reflection like that.
Interesting.
Dear Lia Thomas, I want to start this by saying that although I may not understand what the trans community is going through, I can recognize and appreciate the struggles they've gone through and the courage that it takes to do the day-to-day things that others may take for granted. As a conservative, I believe in freedom, I believe in choice, but I also believe in order, fairness, and hard work. I did not live through the hardest of the women's rights movement, but I do recall a time when women's sports was not what it is today. Women's sports is arguably still not where it could be in relation to men's sports, but women throughout history worked together tirelessly to make it what it is today. Athletes like you should not get to come in and benefit from the struggle without putting in the effort. This isn't about gender. This is about the integrity of competition. It is the same reason why there are rules, why there are men's and women's sports, why you cannot use performance-enhancing drugs, why you can't...
Okay, so now you believe in rules. Do you know what else has rules? Biology. The fact that men cannot give birth, and the fact that women do not produce man juice. How about you bend over and take a look down there? See what you have to alter to create the gender you prefer. It's gonna cost you.
Can't use an aluminum bat in baseball or a certain glove in boxing. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure to get to the top of any sport requires hard work. However, the trans community needs to band together and create their own sports category like women did. I, like many others, I'm sure would gladly support a trans division in every sport. It may take decades, hard work, and struggle like it did for us, but you can pioneer your movement the right way, and you would have many more people supporting you. This is how you build your culture. This is why diverse groups throughout history can look back and be proud of what they've overcome and accomplished together, because they put in the hard work that it took to affect change. Now is the time to make a choice. Do you want to be remembered as the controversial figure who took the easy way out by undoing the hard work of others? Or do you want to use your notoriety to be a pioneer and make history?
How dare you!
In regards to Lia Thomas, I would like to say this. It frustrates me that society seems so focused on the possibility that a single trans woman might have an unfair competitive advantage, when there are so many other ways that a person could obtain an unfair competitive advantage that are considered perfectly acceptable. Lia goes to an Ivy League school. What about her teammates that grew up with money? Who grew up with the ability to have a swim trainer, to go to swim lessons from a young age? How is that not an unfair competitive advantage? Well, we shouldn't fault somebody for the circumstances of their birth. Well, what about the circumstances of Lia's birth? Y'all just hate to see a trans woman win. That's all this is.
This is why no one takes your kind seriously. What just came out of that hole in your face makes absolutely no sense. A woman who have been training since childhood can still lose to a recreational male swimmer. It has nothing to do with money or access to trainers. Explaining this should be simple, because men generally have longer limbs, bigger lungs, and tissues that endure more under stress. Some have what it takes, and some don't. Even if two female swimmers grow up with trainers, one will still lose. You cannot blame it on privilege. One more thing, get out your feelings. It's not about taking your rights away when you clearly don't care about the rights of others. Here's a clip of Lia Thomas being booed on stage for competing against women, because unlike weirdos, sensible human beings know the difference between the two. You don't try to redefine what a woman is. Historically, people have known the difference, but not until recently. We've proven that something is seriously wrong with the last few generations.
Jesus Christ!
I was just happy to be here, kind of raised the best I could.
You've undoubtedly been under the spotlight over the past few months. How do you continue to
Shame!
I try to remember as much as I can. I focus on my
Shame
swimming,
on the NCAA!
my races, and just try to knock out everything else.
What did that race mean to you?
It means the world to be here.
He's a man!
To my best friends and teammates, and be able to compete.
Thank you for stopping by.
He's a man! Unbelievable.
This woman knows the truth, but unfortunately, society does not listen to what makes sense anymore. She could lose her job or be threatened for holding those views.
Trans women are women until they want to play sports. And then the allies start to get a little bit quiet. But I mean, it makes sense. Lia Thomas has like absurdly long arms. Give her a wingspan of like 6 feet 7 inches, which is somehow 3 inches taller than her height. She has unusually large and flexible hands that act like flippers, and her body produces less than the usual amount of lactic acid that keeps her muscles from getting tired. Oh, wait, that's Michael Phelps. Someone should really say something. It's not fair to have a genetic mutant compete against biological men. I mean, I'm completely against having dolphin men swimming in the Olympics. It's not fair. We have to protect the men.
At least now you know what women think of your group. They'll support your transitioning. They'll party with you on girls' night out, and they'll even put you in power positions. But don't you dare make it obvious that they really don't stand a chance when competing against men. How is that for acceptance? Face it, you've been played. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you for all you do. And as always, be well.